What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our college football channel. We continue with our 2023 predictions. The Boston College Eagles are up next. Let's take a look at some of the other predictions for BC. FPI has them at 5.5 and 6.5. Athlon at 5 and 7. The over/under is at 5.5. So it seems like this team is expected to go about 5 and 7, 6 and 6, kind of in that range. Coming off of a really disappointing season, just 3 and 9 last year, and I still look back and kind of scratch my head trying to figure out how did this team go 3 and 9? Because on paper they weren't that bad of a team. It's definitely a mystery. You know, this team has really struggled last year. Going into this season, they have a decent amount of production coming back, really on both sides of the ball. They've added some weapons through the transfer portal on offense. Offensive line looks to be pretty strong. Really, the offense is going to come down to the quarterback position. How much production can they get from that spot? Obviously, that's a big deal for every team, but it's going to be really important for Boston College. How well the quarterback plays, I think, really is going to determine their success on offense. And then on defense, I mean, they've got some key pieces back there as well. They look pretty solid. And again, I just go back to 3 and 9. How did this team go 3 and 9? Well, a decent amount of pieces coming back this year, production coming back. And then also you add in a very, very favorable schedule, and that leads me to believe that Boston College has a chance to really turn things around this year. So here's that schedule. And again, you look at the non-conference, Northern Illinois, Holy Cross, you got Army in there, UConn, just a really favorable schedule. They don't have to play Clemson in the ACC. They don't have to play North Carolina. So this is a really nice schedule for them, and I think they will start off with a couple of fairly easy wins. 2-0 start with wins over Northern Illinois and Holy Cross. Then they'll get Florida State on September the 16th at home, looking for a big win. I don't think they're going to get it. Florida State just too good. Don't really see this game being all that close. While I do think Boston College has a chance to be pretty good, pretty decent, and they're still not going to be anywhere near those top teams in the conference. You don't go from 3 and 9 to competing for a conference championship. In most cases, I know there's 2013 Auburn and maybe some other teams that have done it, but this team hasn't been that big of a roster turnover here at Boston College. But they have added some pieces, and again, I think they will be improved. It's just a matter of how much. I think they probably will not beat Louisville. This will be a tough game. This is a Louisville team with a lot of talent. They've added a lot of players in the transfer portal. Really an underrated transfer class. Plus the games that are on the road, I don't think Boston College will really be able to compete in this one. So 2-2 start for them. Then they get Virginia on September the 30th. Probably the worst team in the ACC this year. Plus you get them at home. That to me means a win for Boston College. I think they get this win. They get to 3-2. Then they'll play Army on the road October 7th. Low scoring game like it always is with Army. Not many possessions in this one. It's a defensive struggle. Low scoring. I do think Boston College, with their defense and their ability to run the football, it's going to be enough. I think they beat Army on the road. Probably a one possession game. That'll probably be a close one, but I do think they win. You get Georgia Tech on the road on October 21st. It's going to be a pretty good Georgia Tech team in terms of where they were last year. I think they improved a little bit, kind of like Boston College. So a similar teams here, similar matchup. It is on the road. I'm going to go with the home team. Going to go with Georgia Tech to win this game. Then they'll play UConn on October the 28th. Another game that'll probably be low scoring, running the football, defensive battle. But playing at home, Boston College still, and I think they are the more talented team. I realize UConn seems to be on the way up, but I do think Boston College will take care of business. I've got them beating UConn. Then they play Syracuse on the road November 3rd. This should be a pretty good one here. You got a Syracuse team with some weapons on offense. Gadsden, that tight end, wide receiver, whatever you want to call him. And they also have Schrader back at quarterback. So this will be an interesting matchup here. I really feel like it's one that could go either way. If this game was on a neutral field, I might even take Boston College, but I'm going to say on the road, Syracuse playing at home is able to get this one. So Syracuse at home beats Boston College, and Boston College drops to 5-4. They get Virginia Tech after that at home. Should be another good matchup here. Again, home field advantage could be the difference. I'm going to go with Boston College. So with Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech and really Syracuse, that's kind of what it came down to for me as far as my prediction. I just went with the home team. When a game's really close, a lot of times that's what I'm going to do. Pittsburgh is next on the road. A short week here after playing Virginia Tech there. So this one is going to be tough. Pittsburgh, I think, is not going to be quite as good as maybe some people think they're going to be this year. So I think Boston College has a chance in this game, but I do still think Pitt is the better team. Plus, they are playing at home. I think they do win this one. So I'm going with Pitt in that game, and then they close things out with Miami at home. This is a talented Miami team. You know, we've seen them struggle in the past. Maybe they struggle, maybe they lose this game, but I've got to go with just who I think is the better team, and I think that's Miami. So I'm going to say BC loses this game, but I've got them getting to a bowl game. I've got them going 6-6, a turnaround from last year. I think it's possible they could even do better than this, maybe even a 7-5 season. That would not surprise me. Again, when I look at the roster, there are some pieces there. This team has a chance to be pretty decent. So I've got BC at 6-6. Would love to get your thoughts, your predictions on Boston College. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.